Hey guys, what's up? I'm Hannah. Welcome back to my channel. I hope that everyone is staying super great today. Today's video is going to be a video where I'm going to be talking about what it's actually like to study nutrition. A while back, I really don't know when. It's been a hot minute. I asked you guys on Instagram if you have any questions about this whole thing. I got a few I'm going to answer in this video, but there are also just things I talk about that just come to my head that I find important to talk about. But if there's something I haven't mentioned and there is anything else you have questions about when it comes to studying nutrition, let me know in the comments. Send me a DM on Instagram. Just let me know, and I'll try to answer it for you. So without any further ado, let's just hop right in, and hope you guys will enjoy and find it interesting. We'll see where it goes. Let's just get started. So, I'm gonna change you your personality, or personality-wise. I don't know. I don't know if it will in the future though. I don't know if it has now. I don't know if it has changed me in any way, to be honest. I've heard from friends of the family friends, I don't know, that I just give off a totally different vibe in a positive way. But I don't know if this really has to do with studying nutrition or if it really has to do with me now living in Berlin, something I've been wanting to do since I don't know when. It's really hard to tell if it changed me personality-wise. I think I am more open now. It just talk to people. I was a very shy kid that barely talked to anyone, but I also worked in the medical field for a few months, and there I had a lot of interactions with colleagues and patients, and I had to be open and I had to talk. There was no way around to not talk. So I think that has already changed me a lot. But studying nutrition, as far as I can tell, not so much yet. What can you expect studying nutrition? If you think studying nutrition is easy because you think, oh, you're just gonna talk about food and a little bit about health and a little bit of stuff like that and blah blah. No. Of course, there are things that are easier to understand and easier to do and to tackle than others. Other than that, studying nutrition is relatively easy, I have to say. It's a lot of stuff you have to study for and a lot of stuff you have to remember. And sometimes it's a little bit difficult. Overall, I would consider it easy, but you have to have the motivation in order to do stuff, and you have to have the love for this job. Otherwise, you're gonna find it very dreading. I wanted to kind of talk about the difference between studying nutrition in Germany and the difference between studying nutrition in other parts of the world, because there is a little bit of a difference. Not solely in what you're gonna learn or in what extent you're gonna learn. I have no knowledge of how in depth other countries teach their nutrition students something about nutrition, and I also think it might be tailored to those regions and countries to some extent. But the main difference I want to talk about is that studying nutrition in the US, for example, is academic, which means you go to college in order to study. You get a college degree, and you don't do that in Germany. Germany is a little bit different. You can study nutrition, that's what I do. I go to vocational school, which means I go to school 5 times a week, about 8 hours a day, so it's like a 9-to-5 job. I go to school, I have practical internships in between, and I'll get paid for going to school. I don't have any expenses. I will be getting paid every month. And I don't have to hand in the bachelor thesis at the end of the year or at the end of my college life. I have a final exam, a huge final exam that will be going over the course of multiple days for reasons. And if I passed that, I'm a officially certified nutritionist, and that's a thing. That's the only nutritional related job that you can learn that is certified. What does my typical day or school week looks like. Well, my typical school day starts at 8 a.m. and ends at 3:15 p.m. Could go longer than that, but usually 3-ish, 3:15. And I go to school, I have classes. I usually have 1 to 2 classes a day. It kind of depends. This also might be different for every college or vocational school you go to. I can only talk about how it is in Berlin. I feel like that sentence didn't make any sense, but you probably know what I mean. I have 3 hours of one class. That means, for example, I have biochemistry, and I have biochemistry for 90 minutes. I have a break, and then I might have biochemistry for another 90 minutes. And then I have a lunch break, and then I have, let's say, hygiene class for 90 minutes, and then have hygiene class for another 90 minutes. I usually only have 2 separate subjects per day. On Tuesdays and Wednesdays, though, I have only 1 class the entire day, which is cooking class. I have many different subjects throughout my school week, so it's not like every Friday is the same or every Thursday is the same. The only days that are the same are Tuesdays and Wednesdays. They're always cooking class the entire day. Other than that, Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays can always vary. So does my schedule. My schedule changes every week. What classes do I have, or what subjects? Let me grab my iPad so I don't get confused. I really need vacation. Oh my god. I have general disease stuff, which is basically not specifically tailored down to any illnesses, like high blood pressure or high cholesterol or diabetes or anything. It's super general and stuff like what is health, what's disease, what comes with it, and just stuff like that. It's kind of like an introduction into what's going to be happening in the future. Then I have anatomy and physiology, which I think is pretty self-explanatory. And then I have biochemistry and microbiology. Biochemistry in the beginning contains a lot of raw chemistry, I might say. So if you were not as good in chemistry, you struggle a little bit, but it's doable. At least with the teacher that I have, it's really doable, but you need to put in some effort. But it'll get better, trust me. When a new year starts, we're actually starting with the actual microbiology, and I cannot wait. Biochemistry, not microbiology. Microbiology, as of now, was different like bacteria and stuff, like salmonella, and that's basically the only bacteria I know in English. Then I had we had like a little get to know each other with law, but it was really basic law that didn't really have anything to do with the health system in Germany or anything. That was really basic law, like what is politics in Germany. Let me check. I had first aid, then I had kitchen and cooking techniques, which introduces you to different forms of chopping techniques, different blah blah blah. That's the theoretical part. The practical part is putting all the stuff that you've learned into action and cook different meals. Then I had food science. This is called food science, where we talk about or food studies, whatever, but we talk about fruits and veggies and grains and all the food groups, how to store them properly at home, stuff like that. And then we have medical language, where we learned some basic medical terms you might need to know. Let's look back into the questions. One of the questions I remember I was getting asked is if we learn anything about do study eating disorders and how to get rid of it. At the moment, no. We haven't had that yet because we're not in special health care things as of now. I also don't know if it's ever going to be a thing. I would say yes because it seems obvious, but I'm not too sure, so I'm not 100% promising things. As of now, we don't learn about it. We will touch on that topic a little bit in the future. or we touch on the topic more in the future as well. We don't know. What is something you need to do? Or you would need to do in order to pass? I mean, you have to remember that you probably won't have any free time. Today is my first official day off, literally, because today was my very last day of school. It's December 20th. I started on October 2nd, and I didn't have a free evening ever since it started. At least I don't remember. So I really don't know if that video made any sense, if that video cleared up any questions, if that video gave you any clear vision of what it is like to study nutrition. Other than that, I hope you guys will continue doing great and stick around until I post next, and I'll see you very, very soon after Christmas. Enjoy Christmas, and I'll see ya.